This week on In the Field, I'm back out in La Jolla, this time meeting up with my new friend Maria. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport and welcome back to In the Field, this little show where I take you with me on a photo shoot and share some of the thought process that goes into me out there deciding how I'm going to take the image on that day. So this week I'm back in La Jolla, one of my favorite spots. If you've seen previous episodes, you know I shoot there quite often. And this time around, I got to meet up with my new friend, Maria. She was visiting San Diego and reached out to me and asked if we'd be able to get together, talk photography, talk about post-processing, which we did. It was great, had a really good time doing that. And even better, we were able to connect up for a shoot down in La Jolla. I took a little bit of footage before Maria arrived to give you all a taste of what was going on that day. So let me show you that footage, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the shoot itself. Here's San Diego downtown, and if you've watched my previous episodes, you could give me directions to La Jolla at this point. So just north of Mission Bay is the area of San Diego known as La Jolla, and along this stretch of coast, there's lots of little nooks of beach and interesting rock formations to shoot. On this particular day, we're along this area here, just along Coast Boulevard. I'll show you the satellite view, switch that to 3D mode a bit. You can zoom in here, and there's just all these different fissures in the rocks where the ocean water comes in and swirls around. At lower tides, you get smaller tide pools at the edges where the flatter sand is. There's a few larger ones up on the rocks themselves, and that's what you're going to see in the footage.
I'm standing in La Jolla again this evening, and just pan here from left to right as I'm just taking in the evening. Got a nice layer of clouds, about an hour and a half before sunset. And then over on this side, we've got wonderful tide pools. There can be some good reflections of the clouds in the sky, depending on how much color we have. And if the sky becomes boring, like the sun gets blocked out, these could be some good foreground elements. So yeah, just now I'm just going to wander up and down a little bit and see what in the scene strikes me. There's one composition I'm considering, actually shooting away from the ocean back toward the land. If the sun cooperates and gives us a nice golden color, it's going to light up these beautiful beach houses nicely. And these crevices, rivers really in the rock, they're providing some very nice leading lines, up from the surf all the way into the ocean. And then, the left half side of the frame, just, I guess, being some negative space to clearly draw your eyes toward these beautiful homes.
So once Maria arrived, we focused our attention on a couple of larger tide pools that are a little farther removed from other photographers that arrive. It's pretty much a daily occurrence in that stretch of coast in La Jolla that there are a group of photographers, and the smaller tide pools are popular. And unless you get there very early and kind of stake your claim, you're going to have other people in your shot. And personally, I prefer my landscapes to be either empty of people or the people are silhouetted or very small. So instead, we went for some reflections in these large tide pools. Got a couple of shots that came away pretty good. A good cloudy day, so there's some nice reflections. But more importantly, it was about meeting up with another photographer and just having some fun and learning from each other, because each person sees things uniquely and differently. And that's really the tip of the week, is meet up with other photographers. If you don't do this often, try it, give it a shot. Personally, that's something I know I need to grow on. It's part of it is I almost seem to not get my local shoots planned until the day before, and I feel a little bit bad about trying to spring that on friends here and say, oh, hey, I'm going to be at such and such a place in 4 hours. Do you want to join me? So that's there's a resolution in there somewhere. I think I can get better at that. So that's it for this week in the field. I hope you enjoyed it. And Maria, thanks again for reaching out to me. It was great to meet you. And if you're in San Diego again, well, now you know how to get a hold of me. If you've got a question, let me know. Reach me through my website. You can do through social media as well. Twitter is the most reliable for me. And I'd love to hear from you, even if it's just to say hi and thanks for the episodes, thanks for the shows, you're enjoying them. That helps keep me going. But until next time, my name is Scott Davenport, and I'll see you again soon.